Hello students, welcome back. Today we'll continue with exercise 3 of chapter number 3, motion in a straight line. In our last video lecture we had completed till question number 3.8. So today we'll start with 3.9. Okay, so let's begin. 3.9. Two towns A and B are connected by a regular bus service with a bus leaving either direction every T minutes. Okay, so see there are two towns A and B. Okay, one bus is moving in this way from A to B and one bus from E to B every T minutes. Okay, means suppose if T is 30, then after every so every bus leave in T minutes. Suppose T is 30 minutes, then every 30 minutes a bus leave from A and a bus leave from B towards each other. Okay. Now a man cycling with a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. Okay. So a man, let's say here there is a man with a cycle. Okay, direction is moving from A to B means is this direction. Notices that a bus goes past him every 18 minutes in the direction of his motion. Okay, so means if this direction, see, traveling from A to B in 80 minutes. This cyclist, he is seeing that every 80 minutes a bus is going. How much time? 80 minutes a bus is going in this way. And in opposite direction, in 6 minutes a bus is going in this way. For him, okay, for the cyclist. Now, what is the period T of the bus service? Okay, so this is the top one. And with what speed, assume constant, do the buses ply on the road? Okay, so what I will take, I will take let speed of bus is equal to V. Here, let the speed of bus is equal to V. Okay, what is the time? Time between two buses. Okay, time between two buses means when they leave. That is equal to T minutes. So I will write it down T by 60 hour. I had converted into this hour. Okay, clear? And this is not M, it's 18 minute. This is 6 minute. Clear? So what will be the distance? The distance, what is the formula for distance? Velocity equal to distance into time. Distance is equal to velocity in time. So V T by 60. Clear? This is for A. Clear? This is for A. Okay? Clear? Or I will say for B bus also because it is in opposite direction. Okay? Now for the cyclist. Okay, now I am talking about the cyclist. Now cyclist, clear, cyclist is moving with a 20 kilometer per second. So velocity of cyclist is equal to 20 kilometer per hour. So what will be the velocity of bus relative to cyclist? Okay, clear. I will write down velocity of bus A. I will not write down A, B. I will write down velocity of bus leaving from A relative to cyclist. This will be equal to V minus 20 kilometer per hour. Now see why V minus? Because A is moving in this way, cyclist is moving in this way. So for relative velocity, I will subtract. Okay, clear? So now What is the time? Every 18 minutes. Time every 18 minutes. Okay, means 18 by 60 hour. Yeah. Okay, but every 80 minutes a bus passes through cyclist. So T equal to not 16, it's 60. Okay. So now what is the distance? Now the distance is V, velocity means V minus 20 into time. What is time? 18 by 60. So this is the distance. Here it will be in kilometer. Okay. Here also it will be kilometer. Here also it will be kilometer. Okay. Now this was the condition between cyclist and bus A. Cyclist and bus coming from A. Okay. Now I will take cyclist and bus coming from B. Okay. Now what will be the relative velocity? Again for cyclist it is 20 kilometer per hour. Now what will be the relative velocity of B with respect to C? Means bus coming from B with respect to C. Now see it is in opposite direction. Bus from B is coming in this direction and cyclist is moving in this direction. Okay, so we will add it. This will be the relative the velocity of V bus V plus 20 kilometer per hour. What is the time? Now the bus coming from B, it crosses the cyclist every 6 minutes. So this is 6 upon 60 sorry hour. 6 upon 60 hour. So now what is the distance? Okay, now what is the distance? Now the distance is V plus 20, that is the velocity, into time 6 upon 60 kilometer. Clear? This will be 1, this will be 2, and this will be 3. Okay, so I got 3 formulas for distance. Clear? Now I will relate these 3. Okay, that means Vt upon 60 equal to V minus 20 upon 60 into 18. Okay, this is from 1 and 2. Okay, and from 1 and 3 Vt upon 60, this will be equal to V plus 20 into 6 by 60. Clear? So see, here 60 will get cancel. Here Vt will be equal to V minus 20 into 80. Here also 60 will get cancel. So Vt will be equal to V plus 20 into 6. See, here it is Vt, here it is Vt. So I can write it down V minus 20 into 80 equal to V plus 20 into 6. So 6 ones are 6 threes are. 3V minus 60 equal to V plus 20. Clear? So when this we go this side, 2V equal to 20 plus 60, 80. That implies V equal to 40 kilometer per hour. Okay, so what is the velocity of the bus? 40 kilometer per hour. Okay, okay, I am naming this equation for this 5. See, I got the velocity. Now I need to find out the time t. Okay, so for that what I will do, putting value of v in equation 5. So I will get 40 into t, 40 plus 20, here 40 plus 20, 80 into 6. Okay, so 0 0 gets cancelled, 4 ones are 4 twos are. So T is equal to 12. Okay, so I got the time T equal to 12. Clear? So just note down this question. Okay, there is a mistake here. Okay, let me change it. Okay, in equation 5, it will be V, that is 40 into T, 40 plus 20, that was my mistake. It was 60 into 6. Clear? So this will be T equal to 6 6 36 by 4. So that will be equal to 9 minutes. Okay, it was my mistake. Just make a change this. Now note it down. Now let's move to the next question, that is 3.10. Okay, 3.10. A player throws a ball upward with an initial speed of 29.4 meter per second. So this will be the V0. Okay. Now, what is the direction of acceleration during the upward motion of a ball? Now see, when a ball is thrown in upward direction, okay, now which acceleration is there? The acceleration here will be equal to the gravitational acceleration. Okay, it will be always whenever anything is thrown upward, you can say there is only one acceleration, and it will be the gravitational acceleration. And gravitational acceleration always acts in the downward direction towards the center. So the answer is, what is the direction of acceleration? Downward towards center of earth. Clear? The acceleration will be downward towards the center of the earth. See, when you are throwing ball upward, G will be downward. And when you are releasing a ball, let's say from the 6th or 7th floor of a building, when you are releasing a ball, at that time also the gravitational acceleration will be in the downward direction. Clear? Now, the second one. What are the velocity and acceleration of the ball at the highest point of its motion? Okay, so now let's say this ball is thrown upward. Okay, it is moving in this way, and from here it will return back. So this is the highest point. Okay, this is the highest point. Now see what happens when you throw ball upward. Okay, its velocity is maximum at this position. V is maximum. Now as it moves upward, its velocity decreases, 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 0, and then its velocity will be in the downward direction. Initially the velocity is in upward direction, but it decreases, 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 and its highest position, its velocity is equal to 0. Now the ball is falling downward. See, the ball is changing its direction from upward to downward. So when it needs to change its direction, it must stop. Okay, when you're moving forward, and again when you want to change the direction backward, then you need to stop. So at highest point, the velocity is always equal to 0. Okay, so here I will write it down at highest point, V is equal to 0. Now the second is acceleration. Now which acceleration acts? Gravitational acceleration. I told when you are throwing the ball upward or when you are releasing ball from the top, every time there will be only one acceleration, that is gravitational acceleration. Okay, so gravitational acceleration, its value is 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, whether it is in the between or at the top or at any position of the flight of the ball, G will be always equal to 9.8. That means at highest point also the value of G is 9.8 meter per second square. Clear? Actually it will be minus 9.8 because it is in downward. Okay. Let's move to the third one. Now the third one, choose the x equal to 0 meter and t equal to 0 second be the location and time of the ball at its highest position. Okay, means when this ball, when it is thrown upward, okay, this is the highest position. From here it is falling downward. So this is x equal to 0 and t equal to 0. Okay. Okay. So now vertically downward direction to positive means this direction I have to take positive direction, okay, of the x-axis and give the sign of position, velocity and acceleration. Okay, here you have to give the size of position, velocity and acceleration. Clear? See here, vertically downward direction to be positive. Okay, now during the downward motion, the sign of position, velocity and acceleration. See, position, the ball is falling downward. So position, positive. Velocity, ball is falling downward. So velocity is also downward. Okay, so velocity will be also positive. Okay, what is the direction of acceleration? I told you that the acceleration is only gravitational acceleration. And what is the direction? Downward. And here it is given that downward direction is positive. So downward will be also positive. Clear? So direction of position, velocity and acceleration, all three are positive. Clear? Okay, so when downward direction is positive, the direction of position, velocity and acceleration will be positive. Okay, during downward motion. Okay, all this thing is in downward motion. Okay, but when you take upward motion, okay, let me write down here. When I am taking upward motion, okay, in upward motion, okay, when the ball is moving upward, right, then the direction of downward is negative, so at that time the value of position is negative. Okay, ball is moving upward, so velocity is upward. Okay, so opposite to downward direction, so at that time the velocity is also negative. Okay, and when we are throwing ball upward, again which is the acceleration? Gravitational acceleration, and gravitational acceleration is always downward, so acceleration will be positive. Okay, the only reason because we are taking downward direction as positive. Okay, but in reality the upward direction will be positive. Clear? But in this case C we are taking this. Clear? Okay, so just note down about C. Okay, so I have written it here about C. In upward direction the position is negative, velocity is negative and acceleration is positive. And in downward direction all three are positive. Clear? Now let's move to the next, that is D. To what height does the ball rise and after how long does the ball return to the player's hand? Okay, now let me tell you one thing. Okay, when you are throwing a ball, when you are throwing a ball upward direction, this is the maximum height, and then it returns downward. Okay, if the time it takes from this to top position is t, then it will take the same time to return to the ground. Okay, means if the time taken by ball to reach the height is 5 minutes, then exactly in 5 minutes it will reach from this highest position to ground. Okay, so use this shortcut, only need to find out the first time. Okay, okay, so now see what is the velocity here. Throwing upward velocity v0 is equal to 29.4 meter per second. Okay, what is the acceleration? 9.8, that is g. Clear? Okay, so what I can use, what height? V square minus v0 square. Final velocity, this will be equal to 0, right? Final velocity, that will be equal to 0. Now three kinematic equation, v equal to v0 plus at. First, can I use this? Yes. Okay, because we are having final velocity, we are having initial velocity. Final velocity is 0. Okay, acceleration I will take minus 9.8. Okay, so 0 equal to v0 29.4 minus 9.8t. So 9.8t equal to 29.4. T is equal to 29.4 divided by 9.8. Okay, so this will be equal to 3 seconds. Okay, so it takes 3 seconds to reach to maximum height. Notice the question, to what height does the ball rise? So we also need require to find out the and height. So x equal to v0 t plus half at square. Here we can use this, or v square minus v0 square equal to 2ad. Here we can also use that, that will be easy for us. Okay, v square minus v0 square equal to 2ad. So distance will be equal to v square minus v0 square upon 2a. So what is v square final? 0 minus v0 square 29.4. Okay, minus 29.4 square upon 2, a is minus 9.8, so minus minus will get cancelled. Okay, okay, so when I will calculate it, 29.4, just 29.4 into 29.4. Okay, sorry, my mistake. 29.4 multiplied by 29.4, okay, divided by 2 divided by 9.8, it's 44.1. So I can take round figure 44 meter. Okay, answer is 44.1. I have taken round figure, it will be equal to 44 meter. The maximum height it will take is 44 meter. And second, how long does the ball return to player's hand? So total time for ball to return to player's hand. Now it's easy, 3 for upward, 3 for downward. So 3 plus 3, that is equal to 6 second. Okay, that will be equal to 6 second. Instead of 44.1, I can also write down here the exact value 44.1 meter. Okay, and the time taken, that will be equal to 6 second. Clear? So note this down. Okay, now let's move to the next one, that is 3.11. Okay, 3.1111. Read each statement below carefully and state with the reasons and examples if it is true or false. Okay, these are conceptual questions. This will clear your fundamentals, clear your basic concepts. Okay, the first one is a particle is in one dimension. Now see, it is one dimensional motion. So you can take example like this way. Okay, horizontal or vertical. Okay. Now, first, with zero speed at any instant may have non-zero acceleration at that instant. Okay, now see the question is when the speed is zero, okay, at that time the acceleration may be non-zero. Yes, of course, it is possible, right? If I will take vertical motion, right? If I will take vertical motion like this, as we seen earlier, okay, a ball is thrown upward. Now it is one dimension motion, clear? When it reach at top and again it fall back down, right? Now what will be the speed here? At this place, the speed is equal to zero. But acceleration that is not equal to 0 because A is equal to G equal to 9.8 meter per second square acting downward, right? So in one dimension, speed can be equal to 0 and at that position, acceleration can be non-zero. So first statement, I will say it as true. Okay. Now, let's go to the second one. Okay. The second one is with zero speed may have non-zero velocity. Means it is saying that the speed is zero and velocity is not zero. See, actually, what is speed? I can say that in one dimension. In one dimension. Okay, here it is given one dimension motion. Speed is nothing but it is the magnitude of velocity. Okay, and one more thing, in one dimension direction doesn't change. Okay, direction, yes, of course it changes, but sorry, my mistake. Direction in one dimension it can change. If it is moving in this way and moving in another way, first this way, another backward, direction may be changed. But what is the speed? Speed is nothing but it is the magnitude of velocity, right? So when the speed is zero, means if a body is moving in this way, its speed now at this it stops. That means speed is equal to zero. Then definitely velocity will be also equal to zero. Okay, so I cannot say that when the speed is zero, its velocity will be non-zero, right? In one dimension motion, zero speed will always have zero velocity. So this statement is false. Okay. The third one, with constant speed must have zero acceleration. Okay, see, again it is one dimension. Now the speed is constant, let's say 5 meter per second. Okay, now one dimension, here it's 5, 5, 5, 5, everywhere it is 5 meter. That means the speed is not changing. Okay, and as it is one dimensional, okay, velocity will be also not changing, and as delta v will be equal to 0, that means acceleration is equal to 0, because what is acceleration? Change in velocity per unit time, right? So if it is one dimension, see, in one dimension, if the speed is constant, acceleration will be 0. So this is true. Okay, this is true. See, if the case is such that it is having constant speed, but if it is not one dimensional, okay, if I take uniform circular motion, okay, uniform circular motion means the speed will be constant, okay, but as the direction changes, you can see direction changes every moment, so velocity changes, so there will be acceleration, barabar? So if it is not a one dimensional motion, then constant speed may have non-zero acceleration. But in this case, it is one dimensional, so it will have zero acceleration only. Okay, so it is true. Now D, with positive value of acceleration must be speeding up. Okay, now this may be true, may be false. Remember, this is one very important concept. When velocity and acceleration are in same direction, okay, when the speed, or I will say speed and acceleration are in same direction, right, then positive value of acceleration means speeding up. When speed and acceleration are in same direction, that implies positive value of acceleration means speeding up. Okay, just take example, you are moving on a two-wheeler. Okay, you are moving in one direction only, and when you are applying the accelerator, okay, then the acceleration is also in the same direction in which you are moving. So the velocity and acceleration are in the same direction. So when you apply accelerator, you are speeding up. But just imagine when you are applying brakes, that means retardation. That means acceleration is negative. Okay, clear? So what happened when acceleration and velocity are in opposite direction? When acceleration and velocity are in opposite direction, then positive value of acceleration means it will not mean that speeding up. Here, okay, when the direction of velocity and acceleration are opposite, okay, means let's take this as x-axis, this as origin, x equal to 0. This is the positive direction, this is the negative direction. You are moving in this way with velocity. So here v is negative. Okay, when you are applying brakes, the acceleration will be in this direction. So a is positive. Okay, see a is positive, but what will happen when you are applying brakes? Your speed decreases. Means velocity, you are not speeding up. Here you are not speeding up. Here, okay, so this is not always true. It will be not always true. Okay, clear? So this was about the last part D.